Today, the chapter 4, the making of global world. When we talk about the word globalization or when we talk about the making of the world around, we always think that globalization is connected with economic systems. Globalization is the growth of the financial system in the past 50 years. But in this unit, we are going to study the various factors which are being present along with the change of the economic system in the modern era. So before the modern period, pre-modern period, what are the major contributors for the development of modernization? And in this chapter especially, we focus deliberately and precisely on the history of trade. How did the trade has contributed its efforts to make the world to become a global village? Then we think about the history of migration. When did the actual migration start? Or what was the major purpose or the reasons which forced the people to get migrated? Then we shall discuss about the search of work. What made the people to search about work? What are the factors that contributed the people to lose their work and brought them down to a condition where they have to search work? And later on we move on to the movement of the capital. How did the history tell us the initial stages of moving of the capital, and what are the factors that motivated the business people, the trade people to do large trades, and how are they well connected with each other, how they used to carry the huge amounts from one region to other region, how they started the trade initially, how it got expanded later, how the well connectedness and change of technology has brought very sufficient necessary equipment for the people to do large trade. And we also try to stress on the global interconnectedness. How did the world become globally interconnected towards it? So all these factors are also focusing for globalization. Other than this, we also have certain other factors from the age-old times or from the ancient times. In the ancient times, we have the people like travelers, traders, priests and the pilgrims who traveled from one corner of the world to the other corner. For example, we have Megasthenes traveling from China, Persia, across and coming to India, who studied about the Indian conditions and he went on to the Indonesian lands. So like that we have travelers who have traveled across the continents. So as the travelers in the ancient period, they were the sources of knowledge actually, because they traveled from one continent to the other continent, or it would be rather right to say that from one kingdom to another kingdom. When the kingdoms they have passed across and they have collected the evidences and they have recorded the evidences in their books that have played a vital role. So along with their journey, they also brought for us the social information about the kingdoms, which is not known for many of the people in the present day. So those were being the sources for us to learn about the history. And we also have priests and pilgrims contributing a large for the historical combinations, and interconnections between one kingdom to the other kingdom are established because of the large people moving from one kingdom to another kingdom, either by the host of the priests or to go on a pilgrimage. And the vast distances brought us lot of knowledge in the fields of money, values, then the skills, the ideas. How was the money used in a particular kingdom? How it is used in our kingdom? So we can compare it when we have the knowledge of the other kingdoms, currencies and all these things. When it comes to the values, for example, let us take India and Saudi Arabia. India is a secular state. Saudi Arabia is run by Islamic law. So we can compare what are the values that are valid there, what are the values that are not valid here. What are the values that are valid here and what are not practiced there. So this comparative study also can be done when you have the thorough knowledge of two different kingdoms. In the same way, we have the different skills. People of Persia, people of the Roman people are having well sculptured people. Greco-Buddhist art. The people have traveled from Greece to India to establish the Greco-Buddhist art because there were people who brought the information for us. So skill also got passed from one region to another region. We have the great Buddha statues which are just like the Greek sculptures which we have during that time. And then we have the ideas, the earlier ideas, the present ideas, the construction of the new models, the Islamic architecture. All these things are the transformation of the ideas from that kingdom to this kingdom. And we also have inventions, the modern technology getting inventions. So leaving aside all the positive asides, we also have some negative implications because of the passage of people from one area to the other area, or one kingdom to the other kingdom. That is the germs. Yes, you heard the word right, germs, not germs. Germs, the disease causing insects or animals. Initially, in India we don't have any diseases, or in China we don't have much diseases. But the people, those who got migrated from Europe towards the east, were having certain diseases. Later on, that spread to the diseases or people in India or in the other countries, which was also spreading the dreadful diseases like plague, smallpox. All these diseases are also the adding advantages when the people got transformed from one region to another region. So when we study about the transformation or the globalization, we just generally stress only on financial matters, only on the growth of the economies, but we most of the times neglect the important contributors of history. Those people are the trade, the migration, the search of work factors, the movement of the capital, global interconnectedness which is existing from the ancient times to the modern times. And we also have the ancient times travelers trade, priests and pilgrims, vast distances traveled by those people has not only fetches knowledge, money, values, skills and ideas, but also the germs, diseases which we were not aware of any such kind till that moment. And by 13th century, this has become an unmistakable link where you can have a good connectivity between the west to the modern east, or between the modern west to the present existing east. So this has established a fantastic linkage from the western part of the world to the modern eastern part of the world, where we have good transformation of the ideas. It may be in the form of values, knowledge, ideas, germs, diseases, whatever it may be, but the link has established certain relations between the people. It may be a trade link, it may be a migration link, it may be the people of search of work or intended labor, whatever it is, but it has brought a new outlook of global interconnectedness and the globalization. So that we are going to discuss in detail, step by step in this unit.